From family, uncle, dad. My uncle was a stevedore. Sorry, my dad was a stevedore. My uncle was a lighterman. Grandfather worked in the docks. Uncles, most of the family worked in and around the docks. Even along where I lived, right opposite, there was wharves that the rice, one would service rice, one would do lard. My mum worked in the lard packers and the rice mills. There'd be mainly Christmas work leading up to Christmas. So it was a big part of my life growing up.
Do you remember if your father was happy working in the docks?
Yeah, I think he was. I think he got a bit demoralised towards the end. He had a back injury and he had to go on lighter duties. And there wasn't a lot of work. They used to call what called bonbon or something, and they'd just go over and register his name that he'd arrived for work. But there wasn't always work there for him to do. When the docks was thriving, yeah, I think he really enjoyed it. We used to get lots of goodies as well.
What do you think he enjoyed about the docks?
I think the comradeship. Everyone sort of looked out for each other, everyone helped each other. Sort of getting hands on and working. I think it was quite interesting as well, different ships from different parts of the world, different cargoes, which is where some of the goodies, if things fell off, we'd have treats. I remember Chinese kimonos that came over from China. He'd asked someone to get them who was going on the ship. And it must have been going to China, and they brought back these kimonos for us. So I think he found that interesting.
Where did you used to live?
Lavend House. It's about 300 yards from where I am now. This wasn't here then. In fact, the road that I'm on now was the only road in and out of the Docklands, and the Red Bridge was the only way into downtown, which is where we are. But it was vastly different. I mean, this was a commercial area. There's more housing. There's not a lot of commerce here now, other than the shopping centre.
What was it like living downtown?
Very close-knit community. Everyone knew each other. In some ways it was nice, but in other ways it was everyone knew. I think some of the people knew what was happening in your life before you knew yourself, where it was that close-knit. It was a nice area down here, but there was the one bus. If you missed that bus, you could wait 2.5 hours for the next one, or if it decided to come. But with the Red Bridges, again, it was sort of cut off from the rest of the area. So it was nice in one way, but it could also be a little bit frustrating if you needed to get somewhere. Not a lot of people had cars then, so the travelling wasn't as good as it is now, the bus service. But it was fun. We used to play on a lot of the places where we shouldn't. We was always warned not to go down to the river because of the dangers. And there was a big gravel, I'm not sure what they done, but there was big gravel hills just where we are now. And that was great fun, to run to the top and skid all the way down. You had to be careful which way you was coming down because the river was on one side. But again, that was it was a no-no. You wasn't allowed to play there, but they was always the best places to play.
Was there a good community spirit then?
Yeah, there was. Everyone did look out for each other. Wherever you go, you're going to get your people that know everything about everyone else. But this was in a more caring way. People did look out for each other and did help each other, and everyone was sort of in the same situation. A lot of families down here worked in the docks, so that they was all sort of in the same situation as each other and all looked out for each other.
What did you think of the new redevelopment around here?
Most of it, I think, is good. It's a nicer area, but there's not the same sort of people. It's not the same community spirit.
What do you think of the new redevelopments in the Docklands area?
So there are improvements. There's good improvements. There's more housing, but a lot of the housing it's out of the price range of the local people, which has meant an influx of. It's enlarged the community, but not in the way of the community spirit. I think the local people have been pushed out quite a lot, and it's been a money thing. The woodlands is nice. I'm glad they kept one bit of naturalness over here, because it seems every square inch, if you move, they'll build where you was just standing. But that bit has been left, and it is nice. It's nice for recreation. There's an ecological park over there. It's a nice place to go and relax. But it is just a shame that some of the houses, there wasn't more built for the local people, I think, rather than 200,000 for flats, and the price ranges are really, really high. But they're quite attractive.
What are the new people like? Are they like the old Bermondsey people?
No, not at all. As I say, I think their backgrounds are totally different to the backgrounds that we've come from. Their working lives are totally different, and obviously their social lives. You can go in the pubs around here and still see the same people that was in them 10 years ago, the local people using the same sort of pubs. But you don't very often come across, you might get the odd tourist, because there's hotels down here now, there's a youth hostel, so you get a lot of sort of visitors to the area, and in fact they can sometimes come across more friendly than some of the influx of the new people that have arrived. It's very rare that I've come across any of them sort of out socialising.
What do you like about living here now?
My house. I mean, I do like the house. It's lovely. I've never had a garden before, and now I've got a front and back garden, which is nice. The bus service, I've got a choice of 2 buses down in there, not that one that used to come every 2 to 3 hours. It's a shame some of the local shops. I do miss in some of the areas there's no corner shops, and I think that's with the monopoly on with Tesco's. I don't think all the new houses they've built and the new estates, they haven't put in what we always had, a regular little corner shop at the end of every block. So if you do want anything, I'm quite lucky I've got one local shop. But other than that, there's people, if you need anything, it means a trip to Tesco's. And that, I think, you lose a lot of the community feel as well. To pop into your local shop, you knew the name of the person behind the counter, you knew the hours. If you couldn't always afford as much as your shopping bill come to, they was happy to leave it till the end of the week. Whereas I don't think Tesco's would do that.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Only that I feel that the river itself, I mean, I look out onto the river and it's very rare I see anything going past on it. And yet I walk down to Jamaica Road and see chock-a-block traffic, lorries, cars, vans. It just seems a shame that the river's not used, either as a bus service and for commercial uses. It would be nice to see that liven up again. Summer there'll be pleasure boats, but again it's for visitors or people that just want a river ride. But I'd like to see it more commercially used and as a service for the local people. Other than that, no. I enjoy the community. I like the area. There has been improvements. It's cleaner and smarter with the different buildings. It's just a shame that they was outpriced and the community spirit has been lost a bit.
Right.